Hello Leo, I am Ulrich, I'm a Lenormand card reader, and today we will do the Lenormand card reading for the sign of Leo for the month of December. But before we start, I all want to wish you happy holidays. I hope you stay all in very good health. Hope also that you have a very financial, prosperous year, and of course, like that the lover of your life stays close to you. Anyway, coming back to the card reading, as always, we will do 4 card readings for the sign of Leo for the month of December. And these are based on the natural elements in your astrological chart, or for some of you, on your time of birth. These basic elements are air, earth, water, and fire. Now, the 4 objects that you always see on my table are directly connected to those elements. So you choose or you pick one that you think relates most to your personality, or you choose one you feel most comfortable with. This object of your choice, it should or it will relate the best to your current situation. However, if the object and the related video does not match your first choice, please check the videos that are directly connected in the same session. I'm sure one of the 4 will fit you. Anyway, the matches represent the fire element, the stone represents the earth element, the aerosol spray represents the air element, and the shell represents the water element. Also, I want to add, if you have questions, you can always post them in the comments below, and as soon as I have time, of course, I will reply to them. Anyway, here we go, Leo, for your card reading for December 2021. Hello, Leo, and welcome to the shell or the water group for your love card for your Lenormand card reading for December 2021. As the first card here, we see the anchor. The anchor is a card of stability. It probably means that things will soon fall into place, especially with the clovers next to it, which is the lucky card of the deck. Anyway, here we see that probably the course of action that we are about to take is the right one. If we want to reach certain goals, we will reach them. If we have certain ideas that we want to execute, or if it's already further than an idea, if it's an idea we really want to make concrete related to a house, these things are going to come true, because this points also to a foothold, but we will later see more of this here. Anyway, here we see that probably we are thinking about these changes for purchasing a house or for purchasing a house in abroad. Probably there are some difficulties for now, or some things that you face for overcoming this, but in general, it means if we persevere, things will work out, as I said, especially with the clovers there. Here we see that we need to keep the idea in our head. We need to persevere with our plan. Here we see also that this often points to travel, and we have travel cards here because we have the book here, which could represent your visa or a document. This is an important document where you travel with, and we have the vehicle for travel. It's here also. So this reading, I'm assuming here, is connected to a house in abroad, or you're thinking about a house in abroad for actually realizing this. Since we have the house literally here, this is going to come true. So the idea is very close to its execution. This is what we are seeing here. Probably we're going to travel abroad, and we're going to undertake some actions there for purchasing this house. Anyway, probably there are also, it's not only a house, probably there are important things there that are happening in abroad, and also it's possible that other documents are connected to that house, or there is more than a house alone, because we have the child here also, and we see that there is a new beginning in abroad. So probably there is more than one thing going on here in this project that you want to undertake. Now we're going to mirror the cards. We're going to mirror the cards here. We're going to start in the upper here. We're going to mirror the anchor and the heart. The heart and the and the mirroring of the anchor and the heart, it points to here that our love life is very secure. The anchor, it's like very chained. It's literally a chain, so we are chained to somebody's heart, and this brings us in a very positive sphere. This is the lucky card of the deck, so you're very lucky to be in love with this person. This is what we are seeing here. This points to a long-term commitment here, what we are seeing here. This is literally like an anchored love, something that stays for a long time. Also, we find security in our love life. We hold on to this relationship. There's faithfulness in this relationship. Also, there is romance, and especially there's a lot of luck in the relationship. Things seem to fall apart in a lucky way. This is what we are seeing here. There is stable affection towards each other. Also, we cling to each other. If I need to find something negative here, which is very difficult with this combination, is that sometimes we are too clingy, we are too close to our lover, and maybe sometimes that interferes a little bit with the privacy, or that could bring us actually sometimes too close to the lover, but this is now, of course, it's to minimize this one. Anyway, there's a very strong focus on the love here. There's also compassion towards each other. We have a big heart towards each other. There's also infatuation here. This is what we are seeing here. We are compassionate here towards each other and to the people probably around us also. Anyway, then we are gonna mirror the bottom cards. We're gonna mirror the ship and the child. Here we see that we go on a new adventure. The ship is a longing for. So we longing here for a certain adventure. Since we have the key in the middle, it actually means this is like you want to go on an adventure in abroad, a financial adventure, and I already give you the means. So these are the means for executing whatever plan you have in abroad, with money, with business. And this is the plan, the new plan that is going on here that we are seeing. So this is also a very positive combination here that we are seeing here. We will visit a certain place. Maybe we have not been to this place before because the child is new. It's innocent. It comes for the first times somewhere. We are also open-minded towards this financial adventure, to this business adventure, to this travel that we are gonna undertake. Sometimes it points also to a small country, or the location that we want to be, or that is in our head, is a smaller place. For instance, it could be a small island, or it could be a small country in itself. This is what we are seeing here with this combination. Probably also, if we have children, we will take our children along on this journey. Maybe they are part of deciding this, or maybe we want also to ask their opinion. Sometimes the truth comes out of the mouth of a child, as we know. Anyway, here we see also, if we don't have children, probably there's a kind of desire, a longing for children. And maybe the next plan would be, maybe it's already in your head that you want to have children. Maybe this will happen there later on in abroad. Anyway, with this combination, sometimes also, this point sometimes also to holiday conceptions. So if it's your idea for getting pregnant, with this combination, it could happen. If this is not your plan, just be careful here, because you have the key there, and the key literally opens all doors also. Excuse me, it also opens physical doors of the body, so you get the point here of this combination. Anyway, we are a little bit inexperienced in travel. This is a new journey. We exploring there the people and the places that are around us. It could be that we keep the trip quite simple. We are very maybe focused on certain things that we want to see here with this trip. It's possible that it's not too very long. Maybe it's the first time, and it's just like an introduction, but the plan is already there for the beginning of this journey, including maybe the house. We initiate here. This is the start, the initiation of this change, of this new direction where we want to go here. We see also that as we move, we notice that actually we want to explore more. We get more wanderlust, as we go there, maybe we come there in some quiet areas. Maybe we discover the houses in quiet areas there. We feel relaxed there. This is what we are seeing here with this combination. And it brings us like an urge for discovering more also with this combination. If you're already an older couple and you decide later on in life, it's the next step. This could mean that your child is leaving the nest. Maybe it comes into maturity. This is then a different point of view. Then we are gonna do the horizontal lines. We're going to start here in the upper with the anchor and the clovers. Here we see that if we decide to for buying a property in abroad, we are protected, and also we're gonna like the things that we buy there. There's a stable growth here that we are seeing here. Here we see also that we have probably faith in ourselves for executing this year. What we are seeing here, there's a good fortune here upon us, there's lasting luck. Maybe financially, it could be that we get a good deal there. There's some kind of luck here. Maybe we negotiate there and we, for instance, we say a certain price and the owner agrees with it. It's like luck is upon you, and it's really a nice place, what we are seeing there. What is possible with the mountain is that it's maybe not so easy to reach. But maybe there are plans for changing this, because we have the book here and we cannot see here, but it's possible here there are some changes for maybe for the difficulties for reaching the house. But here we see that it's possible that the mountain is a remote area. It's a quiet area. It could be a little bit desolate, but maybe it's exactly what you're looking for. This is what we are seeing here with this combination. Anyway, we hold on to this luck. We are aware that we are lucky with this here, with this combination. We get a very good opportunity here for this property or for something in abroad. Then we have the clovers and the heart. This speaks then of the matters of the heart of itself. Here we are very lucky in love. We are blessed in love. This is what we are seeing here. There's a lot of sentimental luck here also that we are seeing here. There's romance that is going on. We are satisfied in our love life. Also, it could be that this points to humor in the relationship. There are funny things happen in the relationship, but I mean this in a positive way here. There's a lot of happiness, funny going on, humor in the relationship. This is what we are seeing here. It could be that we are always, or for most of the time, funny towards each other. This is what we are seeing here with this combination. Anyway, if we are not yet in love here, I always assume here I go out that the relationship is already established, but it's possible if it's not yet established here, this is a very good combination for establishing a relationship. If you meet somebody there in abroad, if you are not yet connected and you would meet a person there during your journey, this could be a very good combination on the long run here, what we are seeing here. We are critical enough for seeing the negative sides here with this combination. There's no problem here. We will see the opportunities and the negative sides. Then we come in the second horizontal line. We have the house, the mountain, and the book. As I said here, this is a house in abroad, but sometimes the cards literally display what it is. This could be a house in the mountains, a house in a remote area, as I said here. This points to your own house, your own foothold. These would be the documents of the house here. Also, as I said, the travel visa here, what we are seeing here. There could be some challenges. As I said, maybe the house is difficult to reach and maybe some things need to be adjusted. Also on the front of the paperwork, we need to see that everything is correct here, because there could be some challenges with the paperwork. Maybe the language is different, or in some countries, in countries abroad, the administration is a real disaster. We know that. We need to follow certain protocols. There are certain rules, regulations, and the mountain sometimes delays paperwork. So this could be what we are seeing here with this combination. It all goes slow. The people there are slow. They are not in a hurry for getting the paperwork done. So this could be an issue there with this combination. Anyway, In the beginning, it's possible when you go there, the property is difficult to reach, but it's possible that you want to make some changes because we here, or you can make some changes here because we have the key here. And the key helps us to go there. So here we probably need to make some adjustments, and maybe we need some documents, official documents for making this come true. Maybe we need to pass another property for reaching the house, and we need to get the administrative side rolling, and this could take a little bit of hustle here, what we are seeing here with this combination. Anyway, you will like to be there in this country with your family here with this combination. This could also point in our house, on our family life, that we are quite traditional, we are quite structural. There are certain rules that we apply for ourselves and for others in our house, and we keep to these rules. This is the book of rules in the house, and the mountain is a heavy, a serious card. So here we see that the rules are followed strictly here with this combination. Also, there's a very strong focus here on privacy. If we have a busy public life, just give an example, it's possible. Here we see that we keep our privacy protected. This is what we are seeing here. There's a little bit of conservatism here towards our house. Then we have the book, the mountain and the book. This is then the place that we cannot see it because the book is behind the house, so we cannot see the real problems that are going to come with the document, but you will overcome them because you have the key there. So here we see here that we learn a lot of things in abroad. We get aware of new rules, new regulations that we probably never heard of. And here we see the innocence of the child here. It's difficult to see that point of view, but we are obligated here to learn with the mountain, and it's all a little bit delayed with this combination. Could be some hidden information that is not clear for you. So before you sign, make sure that you have all the facts, but this mostly points to a slow process. Don't be surprised if the whole thing there, it's possible that you find it fast and you discover it as you travel, but the whole administrative side could easily take 6 months here with this combination of cards. Anyway, it's possible also that you educate yourself more in these laws, you dig into it, so you know what is exactly going on here. Maybe it's a difficulty here because most of these documents might be in the local language, and maybe you don't master the language here. This is what we are seeing here with this combination. Anyway, we will focus here on what we are seeing here with this combination. Then we have the third horizontal line. We have the ship, the key, and the child. The ship and the key here, here we see that we literally go on a quest. It's positive here. We move forward. This journey is very positive. We discover new things here. We are open to exploration. Also, we will learn a lot during the study. Maybe we literally read up before we start to move. We get a lot of information. Maybe that's a wise thing to do here, because the cards tell here sometimes also there's a lack of information. So maybe before you start here with this trip, you get some information about the difficulties that that you could encounter there in the country. There's a lot of good travel guides here, and so you could get some details maybe that are very important for your travel there. Anyway, this point that this journey absolutely will go through, because the key opens the door. The key is literally in your hand. It will be important to you. You have literally the door here to going abroad for getting into this new adventure. You will be able to make a lot of changes in your environments, in what you're doing here. There's very few restrictions here. It's like you're a child on the playground without restrictions. There's a lot of liberty here. This is what we are seeing here in the exploration, also in our ideas here. This is what we are seeing here. You're really ready here for the adventure. You also will accept certain situations here. As we saw earlier, it's possible that your child leaves the nest. You also give your child the permission to leave the nest here. Here we are experimenting, we are brainstorming with our partner or with the people around us for getting things things done. This is what we are seeing here. Then we have the key and the child on itself here, these two cards. Here we are curious about the new situation. Also, as we study, as we get more information, we get aware, we get insights how things are really connected. In here, sometimes also it means that we come in a different state of mind about things. This is what we are seeing here. It could be that we come in a more heightened awareness, sometimes also. Anyway, in general, this points to that we become more smarter. Here we become more smarter, probably by reading up. Here, this is what we are seeing here. If we had doubt about things or some difficulties here, we will overcome these doubts and we will take the chance here for overwinning these problems. We could be a little bit weak. As I said, maybe you don't have all the knowledge, so it's best before we start on or we depart on this adventure that we have already some information here with this combination. If we have a child, or if we are about a child, it's also possible that a child comes into our life. And this then would be the document of birth for the child. This is also a possibility, but of course it will not apply on everybody here, what we are seeing here. This combination, it points to the child in itself, it would be very gifted, intelligent also. This is what we are seeing here with this combination of cards. Also, as you go, maybe this is your first child, you will learn a lot of things from your children. Maybe they give you a different point of view as they grow up. They give you a different angle here. If they say something, you see it in a different way. This is what we are seeing here. Anyway, we need to keep our mind open. This is what we are seeing here with this combination. Then we go in the vertical lines. We have the anchor, the house, and the ship. The anchor and the house here, we probably stay for a while where we are, but the plans are already there. But in another way, we're going to see this now in a different angle. Probably for now, we stay put where in our workplace, because the house, it can also refer to the place that we work. And maybe we are considering for doing something in abroad, but for now we are still stay. But here we see that the adventure, that the business adventure, the work could be transferring to abroad, or we try to establish a business in abroad. Here we are holding on to the job now, but the plans are there for taking the next step. This is what we are seeing here. For now, we keep to our roots, we keep to our foundation, and probably it's possible also that we keep our house where we are living and we are thinking for a second home in abroad. This is possible also with this combination. Anyway, it means that we are fairly grounded in our house. We like our house, and maybe we keep the house. We are unwilling to sell it here with this combination. Sometimes also this could point not only to a house, but sometimes this combination also that we are thinking or owning a boat. Maybe we already own a boat. As I said, if this location is on an island, a smaller place, we would need a boat there for going there. And this could be the boat here for going to that house. If you would buy a boat or if you would own a boat, I'm sure the thing is quite solid here, because this is a very solid combination. It's something where we can rely on. Of course, if we need to travel with the boat constantly, we need to rely on the thing. So here we see that the thing is quite reliable. Anyway, sometimes this points also that if we want to, we actually can live on the boat. We can spend some time on the boat. It's big enough there for staying. It's not very small. We are able to stay on the boat for a few days or for a longer period. This is a very strong, on the house itself, this is a very strong connection to the house. We are really chained to our house where we are living here with this combination. There's also certain traditions that we don't deviate from here regarding our home life. We feel this as a safe haven for us. We hold on to it here. This is what we are seeing here. maybe it's two, maybe the idea of selling it is possible, but I think we are too strongly connected for letting it go. This is what we are seeking. And maybe the adventure that we seek in abroad is additional, and we find a second home there. Then we have the house and the ship here. Here we see that there's an advancement in our home situation. This is what we are seeing here. As we said here, this could be a house in abroad. We are leaving our home. We are moving countries. We seek for new adventures. This points also to migration. We already saw the migration documents here. Here we see that we change and we enhance our lifestyle. Maybe something changed in our life and we are able to enhance our lifestyle, or we worked for a very long time for doing this investment, or maybe we see this as an investment in abroad and this is a vacation home, but on the long run a second home. We have plans for it, maybe on the long run for moving there. This is what we are seeing here with this combination. It's possible that some people, maybe one of both, has connections with that country, but you've never been there. It's possible that some family members would live there, but maybe you never met them, or you never saw them, or you only saw them online, but you never met in person, and you meet them. Maybe this is how you get the connection with the property. This is what we are seeing here with this combination. Anyway, there are new forms of tradition there. Maybe we need to accept their other countries sometimes have other rules, new traditions. We need to adjust there a little bit on the country. This is what we are seeing here. There's exploration here of the unknown here with this combination. For some people also, it could mean that we literally, maybe in the place where we live, we have a mobile home, like a trailer here. This is what we are seeing here with this combination. Anyway, it could point here that we meet or re-meet a family member that has left a long time ago. Maybe this is the person there, the connection. We travel for the first time there. It's a long time ago since we saw this person, and we get acquainted with the place, and it has like a domino effect. This is what we are seeing here with this combination. Then we have the Grovers, the Mountain, and the Key. Here we see that we are very lucky in abroad. If we do business, we are lucky with documents. It will take time, but documents will fall into place. You need to, here it's important with this combination to stay open-minded about opportunity. If somebody tells you something, keep your ears open. It's very important that we hear everything that is said, because sometimes the Mountain can be a little bit heavy and we have points of view, but here we see that we need to keep an open mind. Sometimes people can say something and we have a certain point of view, and because we have a certain point of view, we don't actually hear what is being said. So here we see that we need to keep our ears very good open here, because there are opportunities here that are hidden. Here we see hidden opportunities. Anyway, it could be for some things here, if there are difficulties there in abroad, if you go somewhere, for instance, if you travel with a vehicle, you are stuck, or your vehicle goes out of service, something happens and a person passes there and you're out of trouble. So this is what we are seeing here. This is a very good combination. If we would get a problem in abroad, there's like the solutions. The problem and the solution is immediately following the problem. This is what we are seeing here with this combination. Also, sometimes here we see that if there is a problem, we need to address the problem. Sometimes this point that if there are certain issues that are solved, this is like an elephant in the room and we don't want to see it. So if you have certain problems in abroad, probably you will need to work them out. Here then we have the Mountain and the Key. Here we see that, again, here, this is the clues that we receive in abroad. If there is an issue, there's a problem. we get help in a foreign location. These people know that we are new there. It's probably we behave like tourists there, and the people see that we are not local and they are easy to lend us a hand. This is what we are seeing here with this combination. Anyway, if there are problems here, you will find a solution, you will find an exit out of these problems, you will overcome the problems here with this combination. It's possible sometimes you have some delays during trouble, but even if there is a delay, there will be a solution for finding maybe if you need to sleep somewhere for a night, a solution is easily offered here for you here because you have the key here on the house here. So there will be a solution here that you are seeing here. Anyway, this points also we have literally access to the mountain here. There is certain that there is a problem in your journey, but it's also certain that the problem will be solved. Anyway, if certain solutions are offered to you or certain offers are made to you, here it's very important that we don't immediately say no. It's better here with this combination that we say we take it in consideration. This is important here because there's some important documents, some important opportunities here, and maybe we cannot see that this is actually a good opportunity. So reflect before you give your answer. This is what we are seeing here. Anyway, it's possible that you want to make fast up your mind because you think, oh, I don't want to have this problem again. I don't want this again. I don't see it that. But sometimes as we stay in certain countries, certain things grow on us. And you, by the time, this is your first visit there, by the time you will adjust to certain habits. They will become yours. If you stay for a longer time abroad, some habits come upon you. You will see if you stay a longer time there in that place, these habits, you adjust to them. Slowly you adjust to them. It's like they become a part of you. And this is what we are seeing here also on the long run with this combination. Many people adjust. Like for instance, if you travel to certain parts of the country, they have certain parts of the world, they have certain habits. They are slower, they are faster, it's hot, they are more slower. And in the beginning, the slowness of the country, it annoys you. But as you stay there, you actually experience why they are slower. It doesn't mean because they appear slower that things are happening slower. This is what we are seeing here also with this combination. There's an advancement here in the slowness. Anyway, this points to earthly blockades that you will solve here. If you are blocked here, there are a lot of solutions here. If you go there in the mountain area, where you will go during your journey, you will feel very free there. You will discover a kind of freedom that you didn't discover here before. You will find a certain freedom. Regarding business, I want to mention also this points that we have a very structural business mind. We can be very cold for business. Probably if you negotiate, you are very cold negotiator for business, for property, you keep it cold. Maybe you're a business person, but here we see that we keep a distance if we want to purchase a property. This is what we are seeing here with this combination. Here we act or we react like there's a financial planning here. It's like accountancy here, what we are seeing here with this combination. Here it's like we act almost like a curator here, like a person who claims property and who need to get the maximum out of it. It's good for business, this one, but we need to be careful because sometimes in abroad there are other ways. So we need to be sure here that we are acting in the right way. That's why it's important to read up here with this combination. Anyway, then we come in the here we see that we slowly move forwards. Then we see more here with this combination. here also what we see here with this combination, that if we encounter problems, we will learn a lot of these problems. Then we have the heart, the book, and the child. The last combination, the last vertical line here. Here you will see as you travel, or if somebody is with you, or then this person is new, it's possible also that as you travel, you decide to take somebody along with you. And maybe you met this person, you decide to go on a romantic trip together, and this whole thing falls apart. Falls together what I just said. It all falls together. The woman, everything here, the partner, it all falls together here. This is what we are seeing here. There's a lot of romance here. Also here, some people could literally reveal their feelings for you. This is what we are seeing with this combination. And these feelings are mutual. They are from both sides. But of course, if this person lives in abroad, it will give some difficulties for connecting afterwards. Then here it's possible that if we let this person in our life, or we let each other in our lives here, that we keep this secret. We don't share this in our local community. We keep this for us till we are sure. But we already know this is going the right way here. With this combination. Here we see that we have a worshipper and admirer. This is what we are seeing here. There are secrets also. Secrets maybe, but in a positive way. This person don't reveal everything to you. Then we have the book and the child. This is a new beginning. We study more up, we learn more. If we would be pregnant or we are longing for a child, this points to that we learn a lot about children, that we study about children. We have book about children, probably pediatric books here that we are seeing here with this combination. It could also point, if we have children, to children's books that we take with us. Maybe we ship them to abroad. This is what we are seeing here. It's possible also that you educate your child additional. Sometimes this points to home study, that we give our child additional study here with this combination. Maybe we think that the child needs to know more, and we give additional private education to our child. We literally educate the child here at home. And probably the child also likes to learn from you. Then we have the anchor, the mountain, and the child. Again, this points to a foothold abroad, but we already saw this here. Can add something here. Then we have the mount. Can I just see if I can add something more here? Here we see that we adapt to the changes in our life with these two cards here. If a child comes into your life or is about to come in your life, this means it will have a very serious impact on your life. It will have a heavy, because the mountain is heavy, impact on your life, and you could have a serious impact on your child life, especially on the education front. It's important that you share knowledge with this child, and if you share certain knowledges, certain experience with the child, it could really point the child in a certain direction here. This is what we are seeing here with this combination. Anyway, here we see also there could be some problems with the child in abroad. Maybe it's about the adjustment. Maybe it's because we live there in the remote area. This is what we see here also. Then we have the heart, the mountain, and the ship. The heart and the mountain here, this points, as I said earlier, if your love life is not yet established, this points that we establish a love life in abroad. We connect to a foreigner, we connect to a foreign lover here with this combination. We travel to or with a foreigner, male or female, depends on your gender here. This person becomes our friend, and also he travel with us It's possible also, as I said earlier, that you have a friend in abroad, and this friend might be connected to the lover that comes in your life. Maybe they are related somehow, because we have the mountain here. So maybe this is a family member of the person, and that's how you get to know your lover or your partner to be here. Maybe they are related in somehow, and the person is not yet known, but they could be related to the friend in abroad. This is what we are seeing here. It's possibly here also that in the beginning, especially if we return or we need to return home, this brings some difficulties, especially if these people live in remote areas for communication. If there is no internet, it will be difficult here to communicate with each other here. This is what we see here. This could be the negative side on it, but for everything there is a solution, and you have the solution here because you have the key here. Sometimes we just need to be patient. Then we have the mountain and the ship. Here we see that we literally are in abroad, we are departing, we are going on a vacation here. It could go all a little bit slow here. This is what we are seeing here, but nowadays it's all a little bit slower with the viruses around us. So see that also that you have the right documents. Sometimes this points that we need to see that we have the necessary documents. This is the house, and the house's rules. These are the house, the home country where you're going. These are the difficulties, and these are the documents. So probably it's quite strict for entering there. Nowadays, it's quite strict here because the governments are very insecure now about the things that are going on, and they hide this insecurity that they have in rules and regulations because they don't actually know what is going on. So here with this combination, we need to see that we have all the documents in the right place, because this could point to strictness of the place where you are going and the documents related to it. Anyway, coming back to the mountain and the ship here, these delays or the strictness, it could frustrate you a little bit. This is what we see here also. But if you have the right documents, it could go faster. This is what we are seeing here. Then here there are certain limitations, but we already know why. Probably we assume here why we know these limitations. We have here, here we see that you will bypass the problems. This is another angle that I'm gonna say here now. It's possible in your job that you are already a very long time in your job. And here with this combination, it's possible that you get an opportunity on your job and you actually stay connected to your work. And here it's possible that the firm that you work for, they have connections in abroad. Here we see that the place where you work has connections in abroad. They have property in abroad. And possibly you get an opportunity to get posted there in abroad. This is what we see here also. This could be as a salesman, this could be as a diplomat, this is like an overseas appointment, or we choose to go there. This is what we are seeing it. Possibly with the mountain, we waited a very long time on that because the house is slow, it needs to be grounded. The firm, before they send somebody, they want to be sure that you have the right experience, but you have probably, and now it's the time here. This is what we see here. They feel that you have the right foundations, you have the right baggage, and here you are able to travel now. This is possible also. This is another thing I didn't see here. Anyway, you will hear with some things here, with some habits of the countries, you will have difficulties. Mostly we have certain traditions, and with some things you will have a little bit of difficulties. You will be able, maybe not so easy to adjust here, and you will stick also to certain habits that you have. This is what we are seeing here with this combination. It's possible also here that we are exercising there a little bit. We keep ourselves in shape in abroad here. This is what we are seeing here. We move around there here with this combination. Anyway, This is all for the water group. I hope you get a little bit wiser out of this card reading, Leo. This is very strong connected to business and work in abroad and partners in abroad. Love life and business are very intertwined here. I hope I wish you here a very nice journey. There's a lot of opportunities here, a lot of things that are opening up to them for you. If this card reading don't fit your role, please check the other 3 card readings that are immediately connected to it. I'm sure one of the 4 will fit you. You can also check out the monthly financial short card readings that we do for your sign. You can all find them on my channel. Anyway, I want to thank you for your time, and I'm sure we see each other in my other videos. Thank you and bye-bye for now. Hello, Leo, and welcome to the Air group for your Lenormand card reading for the month of December. As the first card here, we see the house. The house means that relatives, work, people around us, people who are close to us are very important now for this moment. It can also refer specifically to the workplace here that we are seeing here. If we need to get some things done, we need to do our best to get things done on the workplace or regarding to family, even though it's not easy, because this is not an easy card reading that we have here. But here we see we need to try to. We cannot procast the things here as they are. Also, we need to see that if we can, we need to stand our ground as good as we can. If there are certain challenges we need to face, we need to take these challenges also. Then as the central card, we have the mice. The mice points to delays or things are going slow. That's why I told you earlier, it's not going to be easy. It points that things will be delayed. There will be delays. There are certain issues in the house that you need to work out. One mice becomes, if you have a female mice and she is in your house, she gets babies, you get 5. The 5 become 20. So here this points that certain things in your life you need to attend, related probably to family or to your work. It could also point to losses in that area. Here we need to focus on the small details in our life. Probably some things will not go easy. This is what we are seeing here. It's possible also that you will encounter certain difficulties in your life. This is what we are seeing here. Maybe things are not working out as you desired, but it's possible here that things are resolved, especially you have the ring here. The ring builds bridges. So here it's like there are still bridges that can bring you back. So here the ring can bring you back in a solution. This is what we see here. Here, the last card is the card about diplomacy. So we need to be diplomatic here with this card. Anyway, here coming back to the mice here, we could be able to overturn things. Then we're gonna go we're gonna mirror the cards. We're gonna mirror the house and the coffin. It means here, probably there are several possibilities here. Here we see it's possible that we are, for the moment, we are not at home, or we are in certain position that we are about the place that we are living. So maybe we go out of the house. There's an end coming here because we have the sit here. So there's an end coming to a house situation. The coffin often points to problems. It's possible also that you feel less energetic at home. The coffin is a card of psychological transformance. So it means some things in our house are changing, or in our home environment, in our house environment, in the workplace, some things are changing here. These changes will be irreversible and some of them will go very fast, because the sit is a very fast card. But the transformation itself on the workplace, it could take some time. There are really things going on in your head here that will transform you irreversible. Some situations that you experience now in your workplace on the home front will never come back. The coffin has something, it works like a transformator. So the situation is generated, transforms, and it comes never back as it was before. The coffin is a very psychological card. It transforms and we don't come back in the situation as it was before. This is like the phoenix you see in the movie, you see the phoenix burning and it never comes back as it was before. Anyway, it also points that probably we are tired, we need to take some rest here. This is what we are seeing here. It could also point that we disagree with certain family traditions. We break up with family traditions here. There could be some shocking moments. The coffin tends to shock. So it's possible here there come some sudden shocking moments in our life, especially with the sit there. Anyway, this can also point that that there are some real difficult changes in our house environment. There are this is really a change going to the roots, because these are the roots here. Anyway, this could also bring back memories out of your childhood, the time that you were raised, that coming back to you suddenly. These memories pop back into your life. This is what we are seeing here with this combination. Also, it's possible that you cannot act as you would like to. The coffin often gives us a mask. So it puts a mask on our face and we don't act like we feel. It's like we cover up something, we hide something here with this combination. Anyway, some things could be ending in your life. It's possible also during this time that you decide, it will not apply on everybody, but it's possible with this combination that you decide not to have children. This could be a quite important decision for you. For some reason, you decide not to have children. Anyway, there's a frighten here also that can hang over us. It's like a ghost of the past here that can hang over us as a person here. Maybe you experienced some severe things in your home environment. You experienced this as a very dominant environment. Sometimes if this would be on a country, this points to dictatorship here, that there was a person who was very dominant in the house. This is what we see here also with this combination. Anyway, if this is in your home on a more simpler area, this could mean also if you live in a certain place, there are some problems with the pipes or the wiring. This is what we are seeing here also with this combination. Anyway, it points also the place that we were where we were raised. It was quite strict. Maybe we could not bend and the rules here. This is what we are seeing here with this combination. But because we learned a lot of things in our childhood, it could have transformed us, ourselves, as a perfect host. If we ourselves receiving guests here, this sometimes makes a very good host, a host who is really to the point, who knows what he's saying, who knows what he's doing, because he experienced difficulties in his or her life itself here. This is what we see here. Then we go in the bottom cards here. We mirror the bottom cards here, the key with the ring. We mirror the cards towards each other. So the ring and the key here, it points that if we had certain relationships, we still have the possibility to renew them, to keep them. We can make them grow, but the rest of the card reading is very difficult. But it's possible here that we keep certain bridges for crossing. We still are able to grow some things here. There possibly here we see also that we make certain promises for the future, but possibly with demise, this will go all very slow and we need to attend certain problems. We need to check on the details. This is what we are seeing here. Anyway, on the personal field, this points that we are longing for a relationship. that is secure, that is safe. Maybe we didn't experience this safety in our home. And here we see that we long for that for ourselves. We want to find a stable relationship in our life or somebody who's stable into our life. This is what we are seeing here. It's possible on the long run, in the future, somebody will come into your life, but now, for now here with the coffin, we are still here in a period of transformation. And this is a slow process that is going on here. This is what we are seeing here. Anyway, certain doors will stay open for us, or we are able to open certain doors in our life. This is what we are seeing here. Then we have, we're gonna go in the horizontal lines. We have the house and the sit here. The house and the sit, it points here that there are sudden changes on the work front. There could also be sudden changes in the place where we come from, our home environment, the place where we were raised. And since we have the coffin here, we already mentioned that it could be serious changes. There's a sudden event here popping up to the house. Maybe here with the coffin, sometimes the coffin literally represents itself. It could be that somebody in our house or our home environment or in our work environment is passed away. This is what we see here, and these changes, as we know, are irreversible. Here we see also that probably it has a very big effect on our physicality. Maybe we even feel depressed about it, or we visit a doctor here for helping us here. This is what we are seeing here. It causes pain in our body, or maybe psychological pain, what we experience here, or we are reminded on certain situations in our childhood here. This is what we are seeing here. In another way, if you have plans for moving, this points that we have plans to move. If you have plans for that, this with the sit, it could go quite fast. So if you have planned to terminate your lease, maybe you're released. So it's possible, even if your contract is not finished, that the owner or the person who is in charge of the house, he let you go. This is what we see here also with this combination. There are certain habits here also that we will break with this combination, but here it points also that there are family things or family things related to the family that we need to put in order. We need to organize them. This is what we are seeing here. We need to, for doing so, we will see that we need to see that we make a very efficient plan for doing so. Then we come to the coffin. The sit and the coffin. The sit and the coffin here is not a very easy combination. It points to something that is ending. Literally, this represents a death, or it can be a psychological death for ourselves. We not physical death, but something in our mind is changing. Here, this is what we see here with this combination. It's more like a metaphorical death here that is coming upon us. We could really feel like numb. Like we cannot move, we feel numb here with this combination. Here also, then in the physical, somebody could have passed on in our life. This is what we are seeing here. This is like our personality. Our personality is really changing. It's like we are having a total makeover here. This is what we are seeing here. Also, with this combination, we take stock of our life, things that are happened in the past, things that are going to come in the future. But the problem with the coffin is we cannot see what is happening because the box stays closed. So we remember things and we try to think how we're going to proceed in this situation, but we cannot see since the coffin is closed. We first need to undergo these psychological changes that are happening here inside of us. Then we have the birds, the mice and the fox. The birds and the mice here, it's possible that related to the home front or our work, we are confronted with certain lies. People lie to us. Because of these lies, we could end up in certain arguments. We know that people lie to us, and there could be an argument. The fox is related to the work floor. So it's possible that some of our colleagues, also there is gossip, they gossip or they chatter, or they tell lies about our person. This is what we are seeing here with this combination. Here, the best thing to do is think about ourselves and just don't mind these people and take care of yourself. This is what we are seeing here with this combination. If you keep going into that, your head will turn around, you will get nervous. So it's best here, if you want rest and peace and quiet in your life, you let it go. You just let it go, you just let it be. There could be some dirty gossip here. These people make you nervous. You get nervous by it. You want to talk less because the mice sometimes is less. Here, the mice bite on the communication. So here we see that we are talking less. This is what we see here with this combination. Maybe this is stress related, or some people doing things to us, and it gives us nagging thoughts, nagging doubts. This is what we are seeing here. Also, we are not comfortable with those people anymore around us here. This is what we are seeing here. It's like we are suspicious of colleagues, people around us. We are suspicious on the work floor here, because this is the work floor or our work here. This is what we are seeing here. If something will not go wrong, you will feel the urge to immediately justify this situation. But if you want to go into that, maybe there are several colleagues, because mostly the birds is more than one, and the birds are more also. So it's possible that you have several colleagues or several people on the work floor that operating against you. And if you go in the operation with that, if you always go in the arguments, you get a headache from it. So it's best maybe here to take your distance. This is what we are seeing here with this combination. Anyway, you could feel here that you are put in a disadvantage, and probably you are here. This is what we are seeing here. Anyway, here then we come in the mice. And the fox, the last two cards here. Here we see that some people, if we say some things, they will not stop. So if you go and want to justify yourself, they're still biting back. So here we see it's best not to go into it, because you will only spill your energy. With the mice here, we see that we spill our energy. So if you don't want to spill your energy, the last card here is the solution. And the solution is being diplomatic. Keep the bridges open that you need to keep open, but don't exaggerate. Try to be diplomatic. Diplomacy here is the order of the day. The house with the ring, it points to diplomacy on the work floor, and we need to let go certain things. Just be diplomatic. This is a phase, and this phase will pass. This is what we are seeing here with this combination. Anyway, it points also that people around us cannot be trusted. The fox with the mice here, it points to people that are not to be trusted. Also, you will see that your own trust, you have a decay of trust. This is what we are seeing here. The situation there is quite unhealthy. You feel that the situation is healthy. It's like slowly you feel like you're getting eaten away. This is what we are seeing here. These people actually might want you to believe that you are a bad person. So don't believe that yourself. It's because there's a lot of pressure. They put pressure on you, and you actually start to believe what they're saying. You should not, because here with the ring, we see that you are actually a diplomatic person. You have a lot of diplomacy here in yourself. You can be, but probably some things happen there on the work floor that are not clean. Literally dirty things are happening there. Anyway, it could also point that we feel that our identity is lost. Before, maybe we felt secure there. It could be in our home, it could be on the work floor. And here we see that with this combination, it's like we lose a part of our personality, especially with the coffin there. The transformation is going on here. And the only way here is to get out of this is applying diplomacy. This is what we are seeing here. Then we have the key, the tree, and the ring. The key and the tree here, it points that we have very strong ambition. We want to grow in our life, but this will probably come later on. And we want to achieve certain goals in our life. Here, in a good or a bad way, you will see that you reach a certain goal in your life, bad or good, but it's important here that you experience this. In the future, you will see that this situation, you needed to get out of there, and afterwards you come in the right path. Here we learn that we need to master our life. We are here, the last line is like a recovery. It's like we recover life. We come back in our faith here. This is what it means here. We will see things in a different way and in a more simpler way, a natural way. It's like here we go back to basics, especially here with the house here. It's like we're going back to basics here with this combination. Anyway, it points also, let's assume that somebody passed over there or passed away in your life. Here it points that we uncover certain things about our roots. Some things are coming to us, and because of these experiences that we have, maybe because of in relationship to this death here, we see that we uncover things about our past and we are able to make the bridge. We see how things are connected. We think actually we have losses, and maybe we have, but in another way, we get a gain. Because the coffin, it looks like things stand still, but actually they are not. Things are progressing. But for now, you are physically maybe in an unmovable situation. It could also be on the work front that you're in an unmovable situation, because it's not because things are in our eyes are not moving, they are not, because the coffin always moves. Even inside, there is something happening. So then we come in the tree and the ring, the last two horizontal cards here. Here we see that we have personal growth in the future. We will have personal growth here. We find more strength after this period of difficulties is gone. You will find your strength back. You will see things in a different way, and you will balance yourself more out. This is what we are seeing here with this combination. Anyway, it's possible also in the future with this combination, you come in a relationship with a certain person that helps you more balance out your situation. This person could be more grounded, could be more rooted. This is what we are seeing here. But here with this combination, we see that we move slowly. Maybe we had bad experiences with relationships before. And here with this combination, we see that we proceed, but in a very cautious way. And we should also, because we have the fox here. The fox operate between dusk and dawn. And here, the coffin is a psychological card. So here we see that we move very diplomatic here. So if we go in a certain next relationship, we will see that this is very rooted, because the tree want to be rooted. This is what we are seeing here. This person that comes close to you probably will offer you certain insights in this relationship. They will see things in a different way, and this is an advantage way for you for seeing things. It's like a cause and effect here that is going on here. Anyway, you will probably feel that this relationship to come is the right one for you, and you will thrive more in this relationship. Also, there will be physical connections here with this person. Then we have the house, we're going on the vertical lines, the house, the birds, and the key. The house and the birds here, here we see that certain announcements are made or certain news is coming to us. This news could make you a little bit stressed, because the birds are stressed, they're moving around. And here we see that we are stressed about this situation. There are some tensions. Also, it could be caused here to situations when we were young, and there are some stress around the house. But as I said earlier here, it's possible that you have somebody here who helps you, somebody you confide in, and this person maybe can give you another angle here. And here it's possible here, the key is the solutions. So it can open any door to any problem. And here, if you have stress, there is a stress relief here because of a certain connection, of a certain relationship that we are having. This could be a friend that or a partner that is already for a while in our life. And slowly we see that this relationship and these solutions are intertwined with each other. Anyway, we will solve certain problems in our life. If there is disorganization, we will try to put things in order, because the birds sometimes are chaotic. They jump around like crazies. And here we find if things in the house or in the place where we come from or on our work front are chaotic, we will see there will come solutions for that. So we will put things in order because probably the situation is messy, chaotic, and we will put order into that here. If there is disorganization here, or people around you are disorganized, you will try to put order in things here with this combination. Sometimes also this points to the house of the grandparents. Here, this is what we are seeing here. Maybe you go back there, or it's somehow connected the two here. This is what we are seeing here. It's possible also because you come back in that situation that the neighbors are curious to see you, and they are curious because they want to gossip. But here you need to see here that you find a solution for that. You probably, it's best to outsmart them with the fox here and not to go too much here. But you know, some neighbors can be very noisy. This is noisy and informing and curiosity that sometimes exceed certain things here. They are more already like police officers maybe, and you will need to take some distance here. And the best thing here to do is letting them go in a diplomatic way. This is what we are seeing here. It's possible you have the feeling like, oh my God, I am back in the gossip factory as before. This is what we see here with this combination. Anyway, it's possible also that we don't stay there very long. We literally go on our way. Sometimes also with this combination, you could really have clairvoyant moments, like you see it as it is and it's already playing. The whole thing is already playing like a movie in your head. This is what we see here also, things that happened before, things that are about to come. It's like you see the movie already in your head here. This is what we are seeing here. There's a lot of inspiration. It's possible also in another way that you connect or you reconnect to a clairvoyant. Maybe you want solutions. Maybe you want to, because the situation might be very difficult for you, and you go to somebody, to a card player, to an astrologist, and you want to get more information. This is why also what we see here. This couldn't be somebody that you trust already for a very long time, and you go back there for gaining some information. This is what we are seeing here. Also, this combination, it points that we negotiate about certain houses. We saw earlier that you go out here, and here we see that we go in something new. So it's possible here that you negotiate about a house, maybe you change house. This is what we are seeing here. Maybe you don't feel secure anymore, or you want to take distance of the house here. This is what we are seeing. It's like you want more peace here with this combination. It's possible also that you take some time off in a vacation home. This is what we are seeing here, but this will all be well planned out. You will make a plan here. Maybe the reason also why you could move is because you feel that there is too much noise in your home environment, in your workplace, in the place where you live. And if you probably complain about this noise, probably you get the reversed effect. So maybe that's why you are considering foregoing away there. This is what we are seeing with this combination. Anyway, you will be very guarding towards your house here, that things are staying as safe as possible. It's possible that it's very important for you that you find a feeling of security, stability. This is what we are seeing here. Then we go in the second vertical line. We have the birds. Here we have the bottom cards here. I'm here with the birds and the key. The birds and the key here. Here we see that we literally think about solutions about the house here that we need to get rid of, or we need to move out, or that has connected to our childhood here, and we need to find a solution. And you will find a solution with the key, but you will think about it first. You will brainstorm about it. Maybe you think about it with your partner here. Your partner has a certain input, and you have confidence in here what is said to you. This is what we are seeing here with this combination. Also, this points that our partner gives us freedom to express ourselves. There's actually a stimulus here for that our partner stimulates us in certain conditions, and we can find a solution together, and you feel stimulated and you work a solution out together. This is what we are seeing here with this combination. Anyway, here we see also that there is some noise in our environment. We saw this earlier here. Again, here we see the clairvoyant here. It's possible also that you get access to some resources related to where you come from. Maybe you get resources, money to resources connected to the house, to money of the house. Certain things are coming here to you here. It's like here resources are coming to you. There's communication here with this combination. But anyway, this is a very inspiring combination also. And I think this is stimulated out of a certain relationship that you are having. Then we have the sit, the mice, and the tree. The sit and the mice, here it points to an ending that is not easy. Possibly here, if you had a relationship before, this relationship is slowly about to end. If this is on the work floor, because we have the fox here, and the fox is related to the work, it's possible something is ending here related to your work. Here, it's like slowly this is going away. It's slowly moving out of your life. This is what we are seeing here. Anyway, if there are certain habits in our life that we want to get rid of, maybe any kind of habit that you think that has a negative effect on your health, it's probably that you try to get rid of them. Here with this combination, there are some things that we want to lose because they might have a negative effect on our body. Anyway, here we take a very good look here. Exactly, we investigate with the fox is an investigator. We try to find out what is wrong with our body, and if we find it out, we let it go. This is what we are seeing here with this combination. So some negativity that is here in your life, you probably will let go. Also with this combination here, we need to be careful that some people are not trying to blackmail up. Maybe it applies on your colleagues, and they, in a way, they put pressure on you, and they are noisy, and they try to blackmail you out of certain things that they know of you. So we need to be careful here with this combination. But you will try to end this situation. You will try to make an end to it. Then we have the mice and the tree. Here we see that this whole situation, it has a stress on you. Maybe when we look in the mirror, we see it has an effect on the way we look. It's like we feel, oh my God, it's like I'm getting older here. But this is probably a temporary situation because we have the ring afterwards here. And it's because this stress, this whole thing is draining you. It's like it takes energy. And if it takes energy out of us, we tend to look older. This is what we are seeing here with this combination. Anyway, you will overcome these health issues because you have the tree after the mice. Here, this is what we are seeing here. But you could be very stressed here with this combination. It could all be related to your childhood or things that before. Sometimes this points also that our body is weaker and we get some additional flu. We feel under the weather here with this combination. Or we really feel burned out, we have less energy. This is what we are seeing here. Then we go in the third vertical line, we have the coffin, the fox and the ring. The coffin and the fox here, it points here that we might slowly come into unemployment. Maybe we even choose for unemployment. Maybe the situation in our work is difficult and we want to get out of it. We want to break the contract. We want to be released of this contract. This is what we are seeing here. It's possible because this whole thing related to your family and your home has a lot of stress on you. You let go of your work temporarily. Maybe you go to your employer to ask for temporary release. This is what we are seeing here. Maybe you need to explain, or it need to be explained by a doctor why you want to get out. But of course, if there is private information, we don't need to reveal that. But maybe we need a medical note here for temporary suspension of our work. There's like a a situation going on here and everything is a little bit intertwined. There's serious changes here on all fronts in our life. And it's like here, we need to let go of certain situations related to all. But eventually, the solution is diplomacy and keeping things as balanced as possible. This is what we are seeing here. Anyway, come back to the coffin and the fox here. Here we see that we actually want to end our job, but it's possible that there is a temporary suspension. Here, this is what we see here. If you go to the hospital because you feel under the weather, it's possible with this combination that a misdiagnosis is made. So here, if you feel, for instance, you get a result from the doctor that you do some blood work or whatever, and you get this diagnosis and you think to yourself, this cannot be right, something is off here. Probably you're right. So here it's important, if we don't trust the result, that we do a double check. This is important here with this combination. Anyway, since there's a lot of going on here, it could put a strain on stress on our person here. It's possible that the work, sometimes this points also like that the work and the environment on the work really makes us ill. The whole thing there that is going on the work floor with the colleagues, the work itself, the stress of the work, it's time maybe that we move out there and you get too much stress here. Maybe you need to work too hard, you need to work very hard. Then there is the stress of the colleagues, the stress of the work environment. Then you have the additional pressure of the family, and there's a lot going on here. And it could be a little bit too much here that we feel here that we are really need to survive here. We really need to survive here with this combination. Anyway, also probably certain situations will come to light later on. We will need to balance them out. Maybe we have covered up certain situation, or people have covered up certain situation for us, and we want to make an end to that. Anyway, here, it's very important that you eat healthy, and that you take sufficient vitamins. Here with the coffin is related to Scorpio. Sometimes vitamins are not sufficient enough. Here we need to see that also we take spore elements. Spore elements are not in multivitamins. So just check out if you have not a lack of spore elements also in your life. This is what we are seeing here. Sometimes this also points that we make an agreement with an undertaker. This would then be if somebody has passed away in your life, that you connect with an undertaker, you discuss things about an undertaking here. There's a lot of going on here. It's not an easy reading, this one. Then we have the fox and the ring on itself. The fox and the ring here, it points that actually we like what we are doing, but possibly we don't like the environment. And maybe we are considering, after this heavy period is gone, maybe in our workplace, they think after this temporary interruption, we will come back. But it's possible here that you reconsider something of your own. Maybe your partner tells you, maybe it's time to take yourself an independent step. Sometimes Leo, he likes to be independent. He likes to be the boss in his own environment. And especially with the ring, it's like we want to do something for balancing our life out, that we grow ourselves more. And this could be a good thing to do if you take it slowly. But with the coffin now, we see it's not yet the right time. But it's possible you make plans with your partner regarding that. This is what we are seeing here. We are thinking about starting something on our own, or maybe we think about starting something together with the partner here. We do something here, but here we need to see that we are in the center. Leo likes to be in the center of things. So here you need to see that you are in the center of things and that you are important. Maybe here before in your work, you are not so important. You are just like part of the game. But here we see that it's important that you are in the front. If you do something, see that you are the center of things here. But of course, we need to keep it balanced, and our partner might help us here for making the right connections here with the things here. Anyway, we see here also that this relationship, it's an important part of our of our personality. It's like we integrate the other in our own personality here with this combination. It's possible with the fox. There are two sides on the fox. For the work, it's very positive. It's very positive for the work. So after you undergo this transformation, you will find your balance back. This is the positive card. This is the end. So here the end is diplomacy. But also we see here on relationship fronts, there is a pressure on the relationship here that we are seeing here. And because there is stress on the relationship, it puts certain pressure on the relationship also. And maybe it's possible also that you let go of certain aspects of the relationship, or you go in a different relationship. It's possible that this person here that we see is another partner, and this partner is more stable for you. So it's possible that we let the current partner go and we go in a different relationship. Maybe that's why it's related to the house move here. This is what we are seeing. Then we go in the cross, the house, the mice, and the ring. The house and the mice here, also here, if we have personal things in a certain environment, on the work floor, in the home of our parents, in our place where we live, we need to be careful that these things are not taken from us. Maybe it's not really stealing, but we need to see that if we have certain work and this work is personal, belonging to us, we need to see that it's not disappearing. It could literally be stolen, but sometimes it's like it's disappearing. It's possible also that you move out of your house because the house is not what you wanted anymore. There could be difficult living conditions there, like the house might be old and you want more balance. So we move out there. This is what maybe there are too many repairs on this house and you get tired of it and you feel that you're tired of this and you want to get out of here. This is what we are seeing here. But anyway, we need to watch out also that certain things, see that your doors are secure. That also is important here, that the locks are firm, because here we see also that somebody could enter the house. This is what we are seeing. And again, here we see that we lose a lot of energy related to our work, related to the home. It's like something is draining you here. There are some stress makers here in the work we see here also. It's possible that you go in the house where you're living is quite comfortable, but there are a lot of expenses on the house, and you decide to go in a house that is smaller, but that is more balanced out for you. This is what we are seeing here with this combination. Then we have the mice and the ring on itself. The mice and the ring here, then we see that certain promises, probably in a previous relationship here, are broken. We break these promises. There's probably a fallout in a relationship here, and we come in another one. This is possible here also with this combination. It's possible that this is a friend, somebody we trust, and this person might have brought already solutions in our life before, and we feel closer and closer growing to this person. This is what we are seeing here. But sometimes this can point that we let a previous relationship grow here. This is what we are seeing with this combination. Also, it's possible that people gossip behind your back about the relationships that you are having here. It's like, and you have the feeling that this whole dirty situation of work and environment, it's clinging to you. You want to get rid of it. You want to get rid of it. And that's why you are in this transformation period here, what we are seeing here. Then we come in the coffin, the mice and the ring. The coffin and the mice, it points to a lot of disappointments in our life. You are disappointed. Probably you put a lot of efforts in your work and you feel that it's time to let it go. But it's, as I said, it could be a temporary suspension with the idea for letting it go later on. This is what we are seeing here. It's possible that you already have a certain date in your head. Maybe you suspend your job, but in your head, you already have a plan. And you think at that date, I'm going to leave there. This is what we see here also with this combination. If it's for a sales of a house, let's assume that somebody is passed away and this is the last parent that goes, you will put a certain agenda. So here you will say the house need to be sold here at that time. It's important that if you do so, I just give some additional information here. It's very important here that you are very well informed from the market price. If you want it to be sold at a certain date, you need to set priorities. These priorities is that you need to set a correct price. If you want it to go fast, you need to see that you are set a right price for selling a house. If not, it will linger. I don't mean that you need to sell the house under the price, but you need to sell the house at the right price, because your buyers will come in the beginning. The real buyers are the first persons who show up. So it's important here that we set in the right price. Anyway, we go back here to the coffin and the mice here. Here we see if we are not correct, things will be dragging. It's possible also that we have a dragging feel about our work and we need to take rest. We are really tired. We feel that the end is coming. We need to go home. We see this here. You have the feeling also that the end is coming. And after that, if this all this situation is difficult, the last line is a positive line. We see that we overcome the problems. We see things on a different path. Also some things that are taken from us. If we are too late for taking personal belongings, somebody will make the balance. So something that belonged to you, that was maybe taken from you, here is coming back to you. It's given back to you. You recover certain losses. You overcome the problems here. This is what we are seeing here. Also, during this period of transformation, when we go in the next phase of our life, we will feel more vulnerable. This is what we are seeing here. It's possible also that we are encountering some bullying also on the work floor, or that some people are trying to bully us. It's a very difficult situation there that I'm seeing here in the cards. Anyway, Leo, for the air group, this is all for this month. I hope you get a little bit wiser out of this Lenormand card reading. If you did, please subscribe to my channel. If this card reading don't fit you at all, please check out the other 3 card readings that are following here. I'm sure one of the 4 will fit you. Anyway, I also want to mention here that we do short love card readings for you each month, the involvement of your relationship, and also we do short philosophical financial card readings for your sign. Anyway, I want to thank you for your time, and I'm sure we see each other in my other videos. Thank you and bye-bye for now. Hello, Leo, and welcome to the Stone Group for your Lenormand card reading for December 2021. As the first card here, we see the child. The child points points here that we are probably here. It points that probably we have intention to start something new. It's possible also that a child is very important in our life, or that we are longing for a child. Especially we have the woman here in the middle, but since this is a general card reading, this you can also point yourself there as a man. But here this points that the person is longing, or that a child is close to him, or this person wants to have a child close up on him. In another way, it's like we develop our inner child, our inner abilities more. We want to get deeper, closer to the roots with the tree that we are having here, maybe the inner abilities that we are having here. It points also that we are making first steps in getting more stable in our life. Then we're gonna go to the next line. Here we see. Then we're gonna mirror the upper cards here, the child with the stork here. Here we literally could long for a child. It's important maybe for us. It's possible also, we already saw here that the person longs for a child. And here we could see that actually we are longing for a pregnancy in our life. Here we see also that with the dog, this child is welcome. It's like a stable change in our life. Also, this will be a positive evolvement in our life. This points also later on that the child is actually your friend. There's a very friendship connection here with the child to come. Anyway, also this points, the mirror cards here, that this could point to a new beginning here in our life that we are seeing here. There's a deep transformation going on here because the stork is the migrating bird. So he migrates. So this points that our body will change, but also that our mind is changing. This child itself, it will bring changes in our life, but also physically we are changing. This is what we are seeing here. Anyway, there are deep transformations here going on in the person here. We also will probably raise the child in a fairly traditional way. This is what we are seeing here. It's like here, this points to a person who has very good parental instincts. This is what we are seeing here also. It's possible also that in the beginning you feel a little bit unsure, insecure about raising a child, but this all will work out very well with the dog because the dog is a very friendly card here for raising a child. Anyway, here we will like also the child. We will see that it fits in our lives here. This is what we are seeing here. Then we have in the bottom, we're going to mirror the bottom cards here. We're going to mirror the heart and the tree. Here we see that probably some changes in our life, they also will impact our health. Maybe we need to eat healthy, or we need to certain protocols here in our life about our food. Here, this is what we are seeing here. The tree is about the way our body is. So we need to stay here with this combination that we stay in good health here. If this is on the love front here, this is a very strong combination that we are closely connected with our lover or our loved one here. The relationship is also very romantic stability we see here. Also here, we see that we accept the bodily changes that the pregnancy would bring with it. We know that our body changing with us here. This is what we are seeing here also with this combination. Also, we need to see that we stay in good health. We don't get overweight, but because sometimes the clouds, they can cloud the way we see our body. So here we see that we need to keep a very close perspective on our body, so we don't get too skinny or we don't grow too much weight. This is what we see here. We cannot see the things here to rose colored glasses here. This is what we are seeing here. Anyway, you need to be very balanced out here with your body. You need to be balanced out with the whole thing here. This is what we are seeing here. You need to have a practical approach here towards your body. This is what we are seeing here with this combination. Then we have the child, the dog, and the stork. The child and the dog here, this points that also because of this pregnancy, we meet new friends. Maybe we come in similar groups because maybe this points to pregnancy groups, because the dog is a community animal. He operates in a group. It's ruled by Uranus, and Uranus likes to function in groups. So here I'm assuming that you come in pregnancy groups. This is what we are seeing here. Or a friend is very assisting towards you regarding this pregnancy. This is like we get assistance from friends, from people close to us. This is what we are seeing here. This friend is very friendly to us. He helps us. He's always available. We can rely on this person always. It's possible that this is also a brother or a sister. This is very close, and this person helps us through this pregnancy. They are always available. This is what we are seeing here. This is a person that you already know for a long time, that is already a long time in your environment. In another way, this could point also that we are thinking about getting additional pets. So this could also point that a new pet is into your life or coming into your life. This is what we are seeing here also with this combination. Anyway, Here we see that on the field, this probably is our first pregnancy. Maybe the friend that we are having here, they already undergo a pregnancy before, and they have a lot of good advice for us. This is what we are seeing here. We probably let us lead into the pregnancy because we are inexperienced in it. This is what we are with. That is the combination of these cards tells us. If this is a sister or a brother, it could also be that they have experience in the related fields. Anyway, you have trust here in the situation that this pregnancy situation will be stable, and it probably will, because we have a lot of positive cards here. We have the tree here and we have the bouquet here. These are cards that are sticking and slowly growing with the child. So this is a positive combination. Here we see also then the child in itself. Possibly the child has an older mindset. This is going to be a good combination. The child is older. If it grows up, you will see that the way it communicates with you is the mindset is already older. Here, this is what we are seeing here. And also this points to a very friendly child, always smiling. This is what we are seeing here with this combination. Anyway, also we see here also that we are open to this new experience. We are very open to this pregnancy and we actually welcome it. Then we have the dog and the stork on itself. Here we see that we work together. If this points to the work floor, it means that our colleagues are very close to us. But here with the stork, it can point to changes. It's possible that there are some changes in our friends. We interact with new friends, or our colleagues are changing on the work floor. This is what we are seeing here with this combination. Anyway, it's possible that we work together with certain projects on our colleagues, and that these colleagues are also close to us at the work, and that they are close to our pregnancy also. There's changes here in the friends of circle, the circle friends here that we are seeing here. It's possible also that you are not the only one pregnant. Maybe a friend of you is pregnant also, and you share the experiences of the pregnancy together. This is what we are seeing here also. Anyway, if this is the case, you will give support to each other, or if you operate in groups here, you will help each other also. You will see here that there's a slow process going on from the pregnancy, and that you come together more closer as friends. It's possible also that you were very close to this person before, and that they are returning in your life, because the stork is the bird of returns. So he returns into your life. So it's possible that this friend disappeared out of your life before, and now they re-enter your life, maybe due to this pregnancy. Then we come in the second horizontal line here. Here we see that again, we ourselves, if this is the person card, this is you, man or woman, you are a very supportive type. You're thinking about support. You're also willing to help others. Also, this is a person that wants to make other people's dream come true. It's possible also that you yourself, you are a very spiritual person. If not spiritual, you are a religious person. Faith and spirituality here is important here for the person. Sometimes this points also to a guide, a person who guides others. Sometimes this points to people who literally guide others, or who have clairvoyant abilities, or who can see what comes in the future. This is what this combination points to. Anyway, this could be like an astrologer, a card reader. Maybe you're that yourself, or you're literally guiding people into the right direction. You think a lot, you have a realistic point of view here. There is a positivity here. Sometimes this points in a different way. This points to a person who's quite famous in public. Maybe you have I have very few word cards here, but here we see that this is a person. This could be quite famous, maybe in the regional area, or this is a popular person that is on the stage politically, or maybe very popular in her area, or she's a local person who is a local celebrity, but sometimes also this is really a famous person with this combination. Anyway, this points to success, popularity here. This is what we are seeing here. For some of you, this can really point to a futurist movie star. This is what we are seeing here. Anyway, this is a woman who aspires to do something. She really dares to reach for the stars here. This is what we are seeing here. There's a very positive future here coming for you also as a person. There's a deep connection here. This woman is deeply connected into the roots here. Then we have the woman and the bouquet. Here we see that this person is also kind. She's generous. Here, this could also point that we are close to our partner, we are flirting also here with certain people, probably with our partner here. This is a person who is very much in balance or wants to be in balance. The bouquet is a very balanced out card. It's diplomacy. This person really wants to be in balance with herself. Maybe here also sometimes we see there is meditation, and maybe this is the relationship with the balance that we are seeing here with this combination. Anyway, this person is always willing to give helpful advice that really helps you advance. Here we don't see like a dominant advice. We really see a friendly advice that is balanced out. The person don't push things upon you here. There's an outbalanced balance here with this combination. There's also, this is a pleasant person to be around with. Also with this card here, this is Venus. Probably also the person has a strong inner beauty. If not a strong inner beauty, this person has a pretty or a beautiful appearance. If you are a man, this could be that you are quite handsome also, and you are liked by the other gender. Anyway, here also it points to that we are a very inviting type. We invite people to our home, and we are invited also in a lot of places. And if we go out, of course, we see that we are looking well. Even if we are pregnant, we still try to look our best here. This is what we are seeing here with this combination. It could mean that if you go out, it's very important that your appearance is very important to you. This is what we are seeing here. Leo sometimes likes to be well dressed up. He likes to be in the center of attention in a positive way. And this is what we are seeing here. Leo sometimes also is sometimes also a lot involved in public appearances. He likes to be in the center of things here. This is what we are seeing here. But here we see a very outbalanced person here. Anyway, then we come to the heart, the clouds, and the tree. The hearts and the clouds here, that here we are thinking about our lover a lot. Maybe there's a strong focus on our love life. Here, this is what we are seeing. And we want our lover literally to grow closer to us. This is what we are seeing here. Maybe with this pregnancy, we are a little bit unstable. We are a little bit shaky because our body is changing. We could feel a little bit insecure here. This is what we are seeing, maybe because our body is changing and we don't know how our partner is going to react to that. This is possible also with this combination. Anyway, this points that we are still in love. We are blindly in love. Sometimes with the clouds, we cannot see well the love that is around us. Sometimes we are blinded by love here. But this is what we are seeing here. Anyway, sometimes also this points to hormonal changes. This is what we are seeing here also. There could be some misunderstandings here, but in the end here, in the end line, you have very forgiving cards. If you would have an issue or a problem, this would be forgiven here, and this would lead to positive changes here if there would be problems. Then we have the clouds and the tree on itself, the last two cards here. Here we see that we need to take care of our health. We need to see that we have good foundation, especially if we are pregnant. We need to take care of our health here. This is what we are seeing here. If you feel a little bit under the weather, or you are not sure about your pregnancy, if you have certain feelings that things are wrong, but in all, I think this is a stable pregnancy. But this points also that we need to check up on ourselves, not necessarily because something wrong. We just check ourselves up. Normally, if we are pregnant, we do regular checkups here, and this is probably what we are seeing here with this combination. Also, you for the changes that are coming in your life, you are you are very patient. You are patient for these changes. You are patient for waiting on this child here. This is what we are seeing here with this combination. If you feel a little bit, sometimes also there could be hormonal changes in a woman, her body, due to the pregnancy. And here, so sometimes we could have a little bit a pessimistic point of view about certain areas, but actually it's not necessary, but maybe it's just a hormonal change here that is going here. There could be some moodiness that is overcoming us here with this combination, but in the end it will all work out very well here. Maybe also during these tests we insist or we ask the person who do the checkouts if for certain DNA related things related to the family, maybe you ask for something specific that you want to check out if the child didn't inherit positive or negative here. This is what we are seeing here. We check out if certain things are inherited here regarding the child. This is what we are seeing here, because the tree sometimes it relates to that. Anyway, here we see also that probably some directions in our life are about to change. Maybe we change the direction here in our life, maybe due to the pregnancy. Maybe we need to reorganize certain things in our life. This sometimes also point if we are in the entertainment sector, because Leo like to be in the entertainment sector in many cases. A lot of Leos like to be on the stage. They like to present themselves. They like to act. They like to be in the show area. This is what we see here. And here also we see that if we are in the acting area, maybe some changes also there. Maybe we act in a different way, or maybe there's some changes in the professional area here with this combination. Or maybe we come sometimes in difficult situation, and when we work, we put on an act, but we actually feel different. This is what we are seeing here. But this points here that we or our partner could be in the entertainment sector, actors, entertainment in general, entertaining other people. Then we have the child, the stars and the heart. The child and the stars here that we see here, that probably our child wish finally come true. Here we see again, we already saw that the child is very mature for his age, but here in another way, this points literally to a child prodigy, a child that has natural born abilities. So here, probably you go to somebody for letting find out what these abilities are. Sometimes, for instance, if we make an astrological chart, we can see those abilities of a child. And maybe you go to somebody for asking what are the abilities. That is, of course, when the child is born. When the child is born, you go to an astrologer, you go to somebody who is professional, who you know you can trust. And here this person tells you these are the abilities of your child. And probably they are related also to your abilities in the field of acting, in the field of entertainment, because mostly children inherit the same abilities as their parents. But you will probably want to go in the details here. This is what we are seeing here. You want to find out what is the root here of the child, where it needs to go. And it's probably very important here for you that the child is sent or goes in the right direction of life. Here also this points to certain job offers that we are getting. We're getting new job offers here. Also, you will see your child as an important thing in your life. If you work, you will still see this as very important. You see this as a life task here, and you want to fulfill because it's your conscious choice here. This is what we are seeing here. We see also that maybe you hoped before it was difficult, the pregnancy, but here you see that you actually confirm your hopes that you are actually pregnant. This is what we are seeing here with this combination. Then we have the stars and the heart. If there are some difficulties in our love life before, or some issues, on some unclarities, the stars brings clarity. You see, you see up, you look up at the stars and you see clarity. So here we see the clarity in our love life. So if there was something going on here, we forget, we move on. If there were certain pains or certain issues in our love life before, we let go, we move on together, we go to the next stage. We want to be happy together, we want to have a certain fulfillment in our life, and we let go of problems here. Here we see that we align with each other, we come in the same line, we align our stars here with this combination. It's possible also that we have a very spiritual point of view on love here. This is what we see here also. There's a very strong loving connection here with our lover. If we not yet have a lover, but we could be pregnant, it is possible also that it's possible that a lover is coming into your life, this lover connects to you. Maybe you were separated before and this person comes into your life in a different way. Then we have the dog, the woman, and the clouds. The dog and the woman here, it points that you are a supportive type. We saw this earlier. I just see if I can add something here. This points also that a friend is very close to you, but we already saw this here. There's devotion towards friendship. We befriend new friends. Certain permissions, people will ask you for permission for certain things in your life, or you will ask permission to them. This is what we are seeing here. Anyway, this points also to a partner. If we would be pregnant, is very helpful to us, or we are helpful toward each other. Then we have the woman and the clouds. This could point you as a person that you are a little bit tense for now. Here, this is what we are seeing here. If you are on the work field, it's possible that you work with a certain colleague and this colleague makes you nervous. This is what we see here also with this combination of cards. It's possible that a woman that was involved with you before, or with your partner, that she makes you nervous in a way. Maybe in some way she pops up back in your life and it makes you nervous because you think this is a bad timing here, and it makes you nervous, it makes you stressed here. This is what you're seeing. You're confused why this person suddenly pops up, but maybe it's just something that happens in life here with this combination. Maybe she was close to your partner before and suddenly she pops up now. It's also possible that, and in a different way, this is a different angle, that a woman comes in your life and you need to guide her in a certain path. We saw earlier here already the abilities to guide, and we see this coming back here. Then we go in the third vertical line, we have the stork, the bouquet, and the tree. Here we see that we are able, in our work field, that we are able to express our creativity. As I said earlier, there's a lot of creativity here in this reading. This person is creative here. We gather together with certain companies and we express our creativity here. This is like we do something on stage with a certain group. It's possible that the people always around change in this group. This is possible because the stork changes here. Anyway, if we do certain projects, we get we are able to move with the next project. We literally move on. If we waited on a permission with the dog for moving on here, we see that we are able to move on. We waited probably for something on the creative field, and now we are able to move on. Also, this points here that we have a lot of potential and we are able to out our potential. We let it out, our full potential here. This is what we are seeing here. Also, there's a lot of transformation in our social life in a positive way because we have the tree here, and the tree makes our social life transform. Here is transform, and here is the growth. So here we see that we let our social life transform. Our social life becomes more richer. This is what we are seeing here. It's possible also that we saw that earlier, that some friends or people who were before in your life you met on the professional field, they come back to you. This is like a professional cooperation here. Maybe you worked with this person before and they re-enter your life maybe for certain performances or certain work that you need to do. This is what we are seeing here with this combination. Then we go on the bouquet and the tree on itself, the last two cards here. Here we see that we apply a healthy lifestyle. We know it's important for our pregnancy or for our body in general that we keep a healthy lifestyle. We feel also healthy, and if we eat healthy, we feel that actually it has a positive effect on our body, and we are actually encouraged also from people around us to eat healthy. But we know ourselves also it has a very impact. It's possible also that you change your food habits, and some people with this combination actually go into vegan diets. This is what we are seeing, or specific diets that they go in related to the situation that they are in. Anyway, there's a lot of healing here. We are in good health. We feel well. This is what we are seeing here. Again, here we see the reconnection here with certain lovers, or a person that was in our life before comes back. This could be a lover that comes back in our life. Also, we will try to make our environment more beautiful. If we stay more at home, or the home environment will be upgraded. This is what we are seeing here, because this is like interior decoration here, and we make some changes here. Anyway, the partner here that you are reconnecting with, or that you are connected with, is really close to you. Sometimes this points to a karmatic partner. And as we said here, we see again here the inner beauty of the person or the physical beauty of the person. These partners both could be a couple that is quite nice to look at. They are nice for look at on the eyes here. This is what we see here with this combination. Anyway, the circle of friends here, we see also it's expanding and it's very stable here. This is what we are seeing here with this combinations. Anyway, also we will be very pragmatic towards the pregnancy. This is what we are seeing here. We will try to combine this probably with our work, and we need to have a pragmatical, and we will have a pragmatical approach here. Then we have the stork, the woman, and the heart. Here we see the changes again. Some people come into our life and they cause changes, but we already saw that. I just see if I can add something here. You will be very flexible here. Also, we already saw the mood changes here sometimes. It's possible also with this combination that you decide to move to another location. Maybe you decide to another place, and this would be an upgrade then, because the root, we have the tree here, this would be a root. Maybe it's associated to the pregnancy. Maybe the place where you are living is too small and you need a bigger place because your creativity, it could be connected to the creativity also. If it's not connected to the creativity, we need space for our creativity, maybe like a studio, a special place for our work. If not so, this is related to our pregnancy. We need an additional room. Of course, if somebody comes in our life, we need an additional room, and this would point to the moving here that we are seeing here. Probably your colleagues or your friends, they are helping you to move to this new location. For some people, this points that they travel. This is possible also. And there could be a short migration. Maybe you need to go in abroad for certain performances. This is possible also with this combination. So this could be that also. But if you go in abroad, the conditions will be very comfortable. This is what we are seeing. But it's possible we ourselves, we are moving also here for out of practical reason. Then we have the woman and the heart. Then this points to a kind person, a charitable person, a person who shares what she has. She shares knowledge. She also is a giving person, a kind person. This is what we are seeing here. This is also a very passionate lover that we are seeing here. Romance is here. We are infatuated. We saw this already. Then we have the child, the woman, and and the tree. The child and the woman here, this points to our child in the future that will come to us, or the project that we are involved in, the creative projects that we are involved in. And these projects or these children make us more grounded. Some women become more grounded through children, and we see this here. But we can also get more grounded to certain projects that we are involved in. Anyway, here it points also that that we are looking for more stability in our life. We want to make ourselves more stable, and we want to make sure that our child has a stable education. This is what we are seeing here with this combination. This points literally to mother and child here that we are seeing here with this combination. Anyway, you will have a very child-friendly attitude towards your children here. This is what we are seeing here. In some cases, this could point that the child is female, but not necessarily so, because the tree here is female, and this is also the girl here that is exposed. It's possible here that the pregnancy leads to a female child. Because the tree, this is the tree of life, and it's supposed to be a woman. And here we have the child also, and as you see here, the picture on the card here is female, so it's possible here that the pregnancy leads to a female child. Leo, this is all for the Stone Group. I hope you get a little bit wiser out of this Lenormand card reading. If you did, please subscribe to my channel. If this card reading don't fit you at all, please check the other 3 card readings that are immediately connected to it. You can also check our monthly short financial card readings that we do for the sign of Leo. Anyway, I want to thank you for your time, and I'm sure we see each other in my other videos. Thank you, and bye-bye for now. Hello, Leo, and welcome to the matches or the fire group for your Lenormand card reading for December 2021. As the first card here, we see the dog. The dog this is our personal card here. Is probably that we are well liked by the people around us, colleagues, friends, people are close to us. We have the fox there, so we are probably well liked by our colleagues. But it also points that we have a friendly attitude towards our colleagues, towards our friends. This is what we are seeing here. Also, this points that we probably should or will spend some time with our siblings, people close to us, brothers, sisters, maybe even our parents. It's possible here with this combination. Anyway, we are supposed to be, or we are more friendly, and we are more sociable. It's possible also that we get more colleagues, or our friend circle is expanding. In combination with this card here with the bouquet, it's possible that some people who disappeared before out of your life, maybe friends, are returning into your life. This is what we are seeing here, and in that way also it will expand our friend circle again. If we are looking for certain answers, this friend here that we are seeing here in the middle probably has outbalanced answers. This is opposed to a friend who is very harmonious to here, very balanced here. He has our best interest at heart here. This person really wants us to shine. He wants to put us in the foreground of things, and we have really a very coherent, strong relationship with this friend. It could be that this is a friend lover also with this combination, but we will see later on. In the middle card here, we see the flowers. Here we see that we probably are in an optimistic mood about friends. We feel optimistic, things turn out well. We feel kind, we feel forgiving. Also, we ourselves, maybe we want to return to some friends before. We are a little bit lighthearted, and it points also that we are very in a creative mood, but we will see where this creativity brings us. But then we're gonna mirror the cards. We're gonna mirror the dog and the cross here. The dog and the cross here, this points that, as we saw earlier, this is our friends, supporters. This is like a destined friend that is in our life. This person is very serious in our life. If we ask for help, he helps us. Maybe he works close to us, because this is the working card here. This works card toward this friend is close to our business. It could be a colleague also, but this is somebody we can rely on through thick and thin. Here we see it's like these two people, they codepend on each other. This is what we are seeing here. It's possible that this friend, he in itself, he don't have an easy time and you need to help him also, but he's very optimistic towards you. And since he's so optimistic, you also help him back. This is what we are seeing here. Sometimes this points also to brothers or sisters or colleagues who are in a little bit of trouble. Maybe they are suffering, maybe they have pain, maybe there's a brother or a sister here that we are seeing that is in pain. This is what this card tells us, these two cards tell us. Anyway, here we see also that we, if a friend of us is in problems, we help them shoulder their problems. They can rely on us. This is what we are seeing here. It's possible also that this friend is closely connected to his spirituality or to his religion, but it doesn't mean that that we don't respect that. We do, but here we see also that this friend could be undergoing some transformations, some changes in his profession. It's possible also that this person is professionally connected to spirituality or religion. This person, as I said earlier, is very balanced out. It doesn't mean he has not responsibilities, because this points to a person with a lot of responsibilities. This could be responsibilities, religion, or work-related responsibility. Maybe he is responsible in the place where you work, but anyway, this is a person who really carries or bears a cross here. This is what we are seeing here. It could be very spiritual or religious. Then we have the bottom cards here, the corner cards, the clovers and the sun that we are going to mirror here. The clovers and the sun here, that if we have certain wishes on the material front, these wishes materializes because the sun makes us shine. It's an all-over positive card. So here, even if there are difficulties, especially here in the last line here, this is a very positive combination that we are seeing here. If we have certain hopes, certain wishes, certain dreams, here we see that these things materialize. Also here, our creativity, again, because the moon is the mind, creativity, our work, it's again here stimulated. This is what we are seeing here. We are here in a permanent state of happiness. We feel happy. Also, it could be that we have quite a lot of success in the field that we are working here or with our creativity here. Sometimes also we need to be careful if you're a woman or if you're a man and you have intercourse with a person, because this is a very hormonal and fertile relationship that we are seeing here. So if it's not, especially we have the child here, so we need to be careful here with this combination. If we are a woman or we are a man and we have intercourse with each other, we don't get pregnancy. If this is your but this is fine. If this is not the intention, we need to use protection, because else some things could happen maybe that we did not expect in our life. So we need to be careful here with this combination. Anyway, here we see also that we are happy here. We feel at ease. We are happy with the luck that is overcoming us. And also if certain opportunities on the work field and on the creative field are overcoming us here, we celebrate this here. This is what we are seeing here. Then we're gonna go in the horizontal lines. We have the dog, the fox, and the cross. The dog and the fox here, this points, sometimes we need to be careful with this combination. Even though our friends are close to us, sometimes this combination, it points to a frenemy, meaning a friend and an enemy. So that's a frenemy. Here we see that there could be a specific friend in our life who is two-faced. I'm going to immediately connect it to the relationship. The fox is not a very wanted card in relationships. Why? Well, mostly it's half-hearted in the relationship. It means these people are not totally committed in the relationship. They have other objectives, or they are in it for personal profits. So we need to be careful here with this combination. It will not apply on all friends, but here there is like something going on with one specific person that we are seeing here. It's also possible that this person wants to try you or manipulate you or maneuver you in a certain position. So we need to see that we keep enough overview or distance for seeing this coming. In the relationship in itself, if we have a relationship or we have a lover, here we see that this could be a half-hearted lover, a lover who is in it for its own reason. You think he's in it, he or she is in it for love, but actually they are in here with another reason. They have other objectives here. They want to reach a certain goal or a certain target, and this is actually why they are in contact with you. This is what we are seeing here. Here it's wise to take our time, because the cross is time. We need to take our time for observing this relationship very thorough. Since you have the fox here, that's the other side of the fox here, we have the time to investigate. We need to see what is wrong, and we have the time, but we need to take our time to find out what is really going on here. In another way, this could point also to a relationship. This could be your co-worker, but it could also be, if you have your own business, this is your employee, and this employee, he's very loyal, he's very determined for his job, he's somebody also you can always count on. So if you have a business, this points to a specific employee in your service, somebody you can deeply rely on, and you possibly also rely on deeply. This is then the other side that we see here. In another way, this could point also that you're getting more customers, and it's destined to be your business or the thing that you are doing, that you are creating, is expanding. This is what we are seeing here with this combination. It's like here with the flowers in the middle, the flowers stick, and the customers literally stick to your business. This is what we are seeing here with this combination. Also we need to be careful here. If several people are in our business, that some people don't take profits enough, so see that you control everything very well with this combination. In another way, it could point also that certain friendships in your life, you review them. You want maybe your friendships become more deeper, and maybe you have a few superficial friends and you want to let go of them. This is what we see here also with this combination. It's possible also on the familial front that like you review the relationship with your brothers and sisters. You make the balance up here. Maybe you did a lot for them, and you make an evaluation here with this combination, how loyal, how trustworthy they are to you. This is what we are seeing here. Anyway, this points to vital, important relationships in our life here. Here it points also that probably you want to do a lot of things in your life yourselves. You don't like to be told what to do here, and you like to do things your own way. This is what we are seeing here. Sometimes maybe certain people might try to guide you in certain directions, but it's like here you already know in what path you want to go. So probably this is not very appreciated, because Leo likes to do his own thing. He has his own inner fire, so this person probably wants to go his own path. Then we have the fox and the cross here, these two cards. Here we see that we need to be careful here with this combination, that we pay attention in our work, especially on details. We need to pay a lot of attention here for our business, for our work. Certain details are going on here. This is what we are seeing here. It's possible that we have certain responsibilities in our work or in our business that we are confronted or conflicted about. Here there are certain conflicts, and we need to work out this year how much responsibility that we want to carry. Also, probably here we decide how dedicated we are to our work, or how dedicated we are to our business. Also sometimes this points to devotion to a certain spirituality or a certain religion. It's like here we are tested, our loyalty towards the church or a spirituality is tested. This is what we are seeing here also. In another way, this is another angle, it's possible that you literally work for the church, that you are an employer of the church, real employer of spirituality, that you cooperate in the church or in the religion that you are in. Maybe you have responsibilities there. With the cross, sometimes we have quite a lot of responsibilities, and it could mean that you have maybe responsibilities towards employment of others regarding their work in the spirituality or in the religion. This is possible also with this combination. Then we have the clouds, the bouquet, and the child. The clouds and the bouquet, it points here to that we have an optimistic attitude. Something new is coming our life. You see things in a different angle. This is what we are seeing here. We probably need to express ourselves or be creative in our job. We need to see new angles, new approaches here. This is what we are seeing here with this combination. Here again, we need to see that certain people in our social circle are actually what them see. So it's not only about friends, but here also in our social circle, it's possible that not everybody is honest here that we are seeing here, or they have some falseness here around us, or we cannot see the situation as it really is. Maybe we are a little bit clouded about our faith, and we have too much trust in our faith, and we see everything here as honey and sweetness, but sometimes we need to be careful with this combination. It's possible also that you notice or you feel that some people give you fake compliments. You know, it's not up the heart. They are not heartful to you, and it disturbs you a little bit here that they give you that kind of compliments, or you don't appreciate that kind of comment, or these appreciation, the way they appreciate you. There could be some fake flattery here that we are seeing, and it could make us a little bit insecure because we are very determined here about our work. Then we have the bouquet and the child here. The bouquet and the child here, we are probably connected to this. Sometimes this points to a teenager. In a way, this could be our own child. We are connected to a teenager or a younger child, or you are connected with younger people. Since we have the girl here, it could be a female that you are connected to, or a young child that is female here that we are connected to. Maybe it's our daughter. This is what we are seeing here. In another way, this could point to a new creative project that we are about to enter, but everything about the project, we have the clouds here, is not clear. So we don't, maybe not clearly, maybe the project is still developing in our mind, because this is the card of the mind. It's still developing in our mind, and we are about to execute the idea. It's already yeasting in our mind here what we are about to do. This is then the other angle, because there are many forms of creativity or having children. So this works literally on children or on our creativity. This is what we are seeing here. Anyway, if you are the one, you will praise your child, you will give them praises, you will tell they are doing right, you will also stimulate their creativity. This is that we stimulate the creativity of our own children. This is what we are seeing here. Also, we will not judge. If we give certain support to our child, here it's important that we stay neutral. We stay neutral, and we stimulate the positive side of the creativity. We want our child to grow. We want it to shine here. This is what we are seeing here, and we express also that we really admire them, that we their work here that they are doing, no matter the age that they are. We stimulate them actually here. This is what we are seeing. We are kind here to our daughter here, to the flower girl. This is what we are seeing here. It's possible also that for some reason there is a small party for the children. Maybe she has achieved something and you are organizing a small party here. This is what we are seeing here. It's possible also that we are doing a small party for our child, or our child is involved in a small engagement, and this could also literally point to the birthday of our child. This would be a birthday party, what we are seeing here. Anyway, on the relationship field, if we are not yet in a relationship, this could point to the first steps in our relationship. This is what we are seeing here with this combination. Anyway, we meet a lot of people here. We socialize up a lot here with this combination. Then we have the clovers, the moon and the sun. Here, this is a very strong combination. Here we see that we are literally connected to our creativity. It's like something from a higher force is coming up. It's like our mind and our creativity are connected. Here we can literally apply what we have learned. So for instance, if we are in a certain profession or we learned a certain profession, especially creative professions, or we learn something creative in our profession here, we actually see that we execute, because here, this is the balance. So here we see that we execute the balance of the things that we learned, because the moon reflects the person. It reflects what we have learned. This is what we are seeing here with this combination. Anyway, it points also with this combination, these two cards here, that we receive certain honors. Everything goes in a smooth, soft way here, because the moon softens things up. Here we see everything goes in a very smooth way. These honors are coming in a smooth, soft way up to us here. These people really appreciate what we are doing. If you are in a job, for instance, this points to certain promotions because you are a very creative figure, or you are an asset to the work floor. This is what we are seeing here. Anyway, here we see also there are a lot of opportunities here to get in contact with our deeper emotions. This is what we are seeing here. There are a lot of nice feelings here that we are experiencing. Anyway, also, if we work a lot, there will also be some rest. And here we see that we need to relax from the things that we are doing here with this combination. Then we have the moon and the sun. This is a very unique combination. This is actually that we can apply what we learned in a couple. This means that there is a lot of unity here between the couple. This is really like yin and yang. The two come together here. The male and the female actually meet, like in the yin and yang symbol here. There's a really alchemical process going on, and as I said, we need to be careful here that we don't execute the alchemical system here, because else the result would lead to a child. If we execute the alchemical system in a positive way, this is a very creative thing here that we are having here. Anyway, this is a very loving combination that we are seeing here. On the partnership also, it means a very strong connection between the two partners. We have success here. We are aware of the success that we are having also on the work floor. People are seeing that we are doing very good achievements here. We could have really come in a period here of very big success. This is also the card that rules over Leo. This is the sun. The sun is the ruler of Leos. And here we could literally see that we shine our light. Everything that we have learned is really shining here. It comes on the foreplay here. This is what we are seeing here. There will be some very important meetings also that are coming in our life. We will get important invitations also towards us. People will invite us, and these invites will be very important for further development of ourself, for our ego here. This is very important. It's possible that you need some time for digesting this success all a little bit, and you need some rest here. Then we go in the vertical lines. We see the dog, the clouds, and the clovers. The dog and the clouds, it points here, as I said here before, there is some tensions here with a friend. Here we see again here that there is lack of transparency here with friends. Things we cannot see clear. We need to be very careful here how to move around with friends. In general, with the clovers, it works out very well because these are two very harmonious cards. So here we see, but anyway, there are tensions here, especially with the fox. We need to be careful. We need to be careful here that we are not manipulated on the emotional front here. We need to be careful with that here. Also, if some people around us have negative attitudes, we need to stay away from them here. This is what we are seeing here. As I said here, this could be a treacherous friendship here that we are seeing here. And maybe we feel the uncertainty here also that is hanging. It's possibly also that we guard ourselves towards it. we could feel this uncertainty over this friendship here. It's possible in another way that you avoid some friends, that you want to avoid some people around you. This is what we are seeing here also with this combination. We feel that the sincerity is not there. In another way, it's possible that a friend misunderstands us, or we misunderstand the friend. But since we have two forgiving cards, I think this will be worked out. But nevertheless, with the fox, we need to tread carefully and lightly. It's possible also that some friends in your life, you don't feel they have enough creativity, and you feel they are a bore in your life, and you want to move on, you want to change. Maybe the time is up for these people, and we saw here we have a lot of new contacts. Maybe you come in a different circle. This is what we are seeing here with this combination. But then we have the clouds and the clovers here. We should think positive here. There's a lot of success here. So if you have some, if you have some negative thoughts coming here, you should not, because actually there's no reason, because there's a lot of success coming up here. But maybe something is bothering you. Maybe this is the connection with the friend, and it makes you a little bit depressed. This is what we are seeing here. But actually, we see here the luck is in our hands. This is a very good combination here that we are having here, but it could all make us a little bit confused, the situation here with these two cards here. Then we go in the second vertical line, we have the fox and the bouquet here. Some people here, we see here there is flattery on the professional fields. People flatter you. They try to soften you up emotionally. This is what we see here. But it's possible that this approach, there is a self-intent towards it. So they give you compliments with the intention getting something back out of it. We need to be especially careful here with this area with the friends here. They would try to charm you up here for the reason of self-interest. This is what we are seeing here. If you are planning for buying some artwork here, sometimes this points to art forgeries. So be careful if you are planning, if you are in a very successful period of your life and you are planning to buy some artworks, be careful that you are not confronted with a very sophisticated duplicate or a forgery here. This is what we are seeing here. And then here we saw here also, if we are ourselves, if this is our lover, we need to take time to observe. We see this here again. This points also that we could meet our lover in the work area. If you are in the creative field, maybe your lover or somebody who is close to you is in the same work field as you here, but we need to be careful. We need to take our times for observe here. There could be some hypocrisy going on here, but also this points that the person or we ourselves, we are quite good looking, because we have the central card here is Venus. So this person is quite good looking here, and we ourselves probably also are good looking. There's could be some false friendliness here going on here. It's possible that this person, they play a chess game with you. This is what we are seeing here with this combination. Some people maybe try to manipulate you. If you are a very good-looking person, you really shine. You are in the top here, and these people try to approach you, your vanity. They play on your vanity. They play on your beauty here. This is what we are seeing here. We need to be careful. Anyway, we ourselves, if we go out on a professional way, for profession here, we see that we are very well dressed. It's important for us that we appear in a very good manners, and our feelings and our creativity are probably connected in the way we dress, the way we appear. This is what we are seeing here with this combination. There's a lot of nice meetings here. We are wearing a nice, if we can afford, probably we will wear designer clothes. This is what we are seeing here. Anyway, it points also that we already have a lot of experience in our life. We are streetwise, but sometimes we could be compromised by friends if because we see them in a daylight. We are clouded here. This is what we are seeing with this combination. It's possible if we discover this that we just smile and we don't go in the argument, because this is the card that is ruled by Venus. And if we discover certain deceptions, certain lies of friends, it's possible that we cover it up, we smile, and we make our own conclusions and we move on. This is what we are seeing here, but we nevertheless, we need to be careful here. We are friendly out of self-defense. This is what we are seeing here with this combination. Then we have the bouquet and the moon. Here we see that we literally can exploit our talents. Everything is possible here with this combination. Here we see literally that we unleash all the potential in the field that we have on our work, on our creativity. Here there are no limitations, especially with the sun here. You come really in another level of your profession or the work that you are doing. You coming here literally in the next level with the sun, especially we are shining here with this combination. Anyway, it also points again, we saw here that there are deep emotions and we express our emotions also in our work here. This is what we are seeing here. Anyway, it could also point that you have a very colorful relationship, that people like you to have you around because you are like the central figure. You are colorful, you know, they know you have certain angles towards life. You are smart and they like to have your input here, they like you are in the middle here. This is what we are seeing here. Some people have a very colorful relationship, and I mean this in a positive way. Anyway, then we come in the third vertical line. We have the cross, the child, and the sun. The cross and the child here, here it points, due to all these changes that we just saw here, it's possible that you have a level up of the consciousness. You come in a different state of mind here. You come closer to your own creativity, and maybe you discover the source of your creativity. It's like your conscious is, you get in the next level. Sometimes we can get, some people get this through yoga, but here on the creative field, we see we come in the next level here. It's possible also we feel a little bit vulnerable because we open up to these new experiences here. On relationship to the child, if you would be pregnant, this points to a destined pregnancy. This is the child that is really for you. It really belongs to you. This is something, it's like a karmic relationship of parent and child, what we are seeing here. This also will be an important new beginning for your creativity or for your child. So both apply here. Anyway, we could be a little bit inexperienced here. This is what we are seeing here also. Maybe in the beginning you struggle a little bit with this child. You don't know exactly how to handle it. Or maybe the beginning is a little bit difficult because you come in this new level. Sometimes if we come into the next level and we are very popular, we struggle with the idea of that we are suddenly popular. This could be also. So we need to find our place in this popularity. This could be on the creative field, but it could also be on the child. We need to find our way with our child. This is what we are seeing here. Anyway, you will take your responsibilities very serious, because the cross takes his responsibility very serious. Here, this is what we are seeing here with this combination. We will try to keep it playful, but there's a very big seriousness here to the playfulness. But the child makes playful, but this is like, there is a tale of seriousness here to the playfulness. It looks playful, but actually the thing is very serious. Then we have the child and the sun. Here we see then, this is a very good combination here. We see we really can express ourselves here. can express here in ourselves in our own unique, talented way. Here we can really fully exploit our talents here. It's destined to be with the cross. It happens on time because the cross don't let things happen before its time. So here we see this is just happening at the right time. In your work field, in the field that you are working here, you could really have sometimes this points to genius angles in the work field, a total different approach that nobody else saw. This is what we are seeing here. And this comes all out of the inside of you. There is something childish about it, but something genius also here. This is what we are seeing here. Anyway, there's a lot of joy here that we are seeing here. If we have a child, we spend time with our child. Maybe there's time restrictions because of the work or the profession that we are doing. But here we see this is quality time. We will insist on quality time here that we are seeing here with this combination. Then we go in the cross, we go to the dog, the bouquet and son. The dog and the bouquet here, some friendships are coming back. I just see if I can add something here. We appreciate our friends, they appreciate us. Your friends also have a certain pride over you. They are proud of you because you achieve your full potential. Some of them will be honest, others will be less honest. We saw this here, but this here also with this combination. Also, you will get acquainted with some people who are designing things, designers, fashion designers, maybe people who are creating, developing things. So maybe you start to operate in these circles of people who are creative. This is what we are seeing here with this combination. We dress ourselves up, we see this here again. Then we have the bouquet and the sun here. This is all around a good fortune here that we are seeing here. There are blessings over us. Also, we are very grateful and we share in public that we are thankful. We don't hide this under the bushel. We literally say to the people or in public that we are grateful for this success. This is what we are seeing here. Anyway, this points also to happy celebrations. We find a strength here also. If you have a certain partner, it's possible that you find strength through this partner. But we have the fox there, what we already mentioned there. There are very welcome developments in our life. You really embrace your achievements here and the compliments that you receive from certain groups of people, especially the people that come out of the creative field. They are honest. From other people, we need to be careful, but people who are in the creative field themselves, they really appreciate what you are creating here. Then we have the cross, the bouquet, and the clovers. The cross and the bouquet here, if there were certain issues with people, you come in the next level, you will forgive them. There will be apologies here. This is what we are seeing here. Probably we act in a kind way. And it's like we want to forgive and forget here. We have faith that the situation in the future will improve. This is what we are seeing here. Also, this sometimes points that we test our own luck or how happy we really are. It's like we test how happy we are here with this combination. Anyway, sometimes also, if we have if we are suddenly on the foreground or in the middle of a situation because of our creativity, here we see that sometimes this comes with burdens also. Maybe we need to make a lot of public appearances and it puts some stress on you. It's like the burden here of being in the center of attention. And sometimes maybe you like to be more in private, but maybe it's not possible. Suddenly we are there, we are in the middle of things and we need to go along with it. This is what we are seeing. But anyway, we will act friendly, even though if it's difficult for us here with this combination. And also if other people are in, if you have colleagues or friends or people who are creative in your life, you will appreciate, you will say, my God, how do you do this? How you hold this up, that you are always friendly in public, and probably you learn something about that. They will teach you certain things, how to act, how to do your duty. You will compliment them towards that also, and maybe the cross sometimes learns us things, and we will learn things here. We will take this appearing in public, appearing in a beautiful way. We will see this as part of our duty, as our job. We will do this because we think it's part of the whole plan. It belongs to it. We chosen this profession. We chosen to be in the public, and here we will take the burden very serious here. This is what we are seeing here. But it doesn't mean that it's always easy here. We always need to smile here. Venus always smiles, and it's easy. But if you do, it's also very fortunate here because we have the Rovers here, and the Rovers is the best card of the deck. So if we do all these efforts here, worries that we have, they will turn around in a positive things. If we do these efforts, it's like we become more popular here. It's difficult, and we push through. The cross gives us difficulties, and as we push through, we become more popular here. This is what we are seeing here. This points to a lot of opportunities in our social circle. We smile. Sometimes the people ask you, why you always smiling? My God, it's so much stress on you, and you keep persevering here, and you get a lot of opportunities about it. Here we see also that maybe we are offered certain gifts from people. People help us in a certain ways, but this points that we are really in the winning circle here. There's very few things here that can go wrong. It's possible also that you are invited on a trip, or somebody asks you to go somewhere as a gift here. That we are seeing here. We got a lot of chances here with this combination. Anyway, in our house or the place where we are living, here we see also that we upgrade our interior. We make it more light, more shiny, because we want to have a different approach here with this combination. Anyway, Leo, for the fire group, this is all. I hope you get a little bit wiser out of this card reading. If you did, please subscribe to my channel. If this card reading don't fit you at all, please check out the other three that are immediately connected to it. I'm sure one of the four will fit you. Anyway, also you can watch the short financial philosophical card reading that we do each month for your sign. Anyway, I want to thank you for your time, and I'm sure we see each other in my other videos. Thank you, and bye-bye for now.